What's going on? You're Fanatic here with
The Mort.
Welcome to episode 39 of The Drive. It's been a while. It's been over 3 weeks since our last episode. So it's still been pretty dead, so there hasn't been too much to cover. Leo Thompson signed with the Bulldogs.
That's pretty good. Good signing, but...
4 years. I think it was 4 years.
How much?
I don't remember the actual deal.
That's right. They need the player like that, but it's a big if though. I went for a bigger body and someone with a bit more experience, like someone like a Tamalolo, but that's someone on the right track is Thompson though.
Oh yeah, like
it's a big upgrade. He immediately becomes their best forward right now.
Yeah.
So
him and Kiko, but I would probably lean to Thompson. I think Thompson. I don't know if Tamalolo is the guy because he'd like bring experience, but like he's.
Did you see how dominant was in the?
Yeah, Tonga is great, but Cowboys been very, very just below par compared to what he could be. But yeah, like Leo Thompson, he could be one of the signings of the year.
In 2 years'
going
time.
into next year, going into 2026. Depends who else gets signed until then, but it's a big signing.
Sure.
I think it's great. Bulldogs could definitely use him, and it makes them premiership contenders.
Stop.
There or thereabouts, depending on. It's still a long way away, so we can't really.
I can tell the pack is still not big enough. With him, I reckon they'll get certainly for top 8 in 2 years' time if they keep progressing how they are. But I still think they're nowhere near premiership, man. No way. I think this year they overachieved massively. Last year. But
yeah. Like I can't remember. Do you have them in your 8 this year?
No, they're missing the 8. Yeah, come on, Doggies fans, cry me a river.
There's usually 3 teams going in and out of the finals every year. I think that's normally the trend.
Something like that, yeah.
And you think Bulldogs will be one of them? Okay, so then recent news, big news. Tohu Harris has retired.
Where the hell did that come? I know you missed most of last year, but like, I think they said it was the ham pain, eh? Like you couldn't.
Yeah, like Tohu. I picked him as my 4th pick in the lock draft. I've always rated him. I think he's
a monster.
Very underrated. I would have had him higher than 4th if he played this year. How he'd been playing the last few years. Like even before Warriors were great in 2023, he was still really good for them, despite them being not great.
Sure.
He was still standing out. He was still killing it. 2023 they start playing well, and he was
injured for most of the year.
And when he was fit and playing, he was one of their best on the park. And then last year didn't play much, and I was like, it sucks that he's not playing because he is. I said it. I think I said it in the draft that he is the most underrated player of the last decade.
It's pretty damn good.
Like him at the Storm was great, and then him at the Warriors. I don't know. He's just. I genuinely think he's one of, if not the most underrated player.
He found a way just to keep going, man. Sorry about the glare there, guys.
I couldn't see you for a second. What do you think about Tohu Harris?
Mate, absolute machine. I think I would have him around my draft as well if he didn't take him. So, mate, he's a bloody good player. Very good tackler. Gets through his work, mate. Just great leader. So, it's a shame to see him go, but I think this really puts Warriors in a bit of home. Like, you know, like the pack's bloody good now. Really good defensive with Barnett, Fisher Harrison, and Barnett, Fisher Harrison, Harris. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said Harris twice.
Yeah, Fisher Harris. I'm just watching the clear. It's really funny. You just keep disappearing and appearing behind trees.
I'm trying to blind them, mate.
Yeah. Foran is going to. There's reports that Foran will be a utility going into this year, and then Campbell and Brimson the halves. You did want Brimson. You just thought he should move on from the Titans. What do you think of this?
There's no organiser there still. Yeah. Who's your organiser? Brimson's not a halfback. Campbell's not a halfback. Foran is a good utility. We've seen that when he plays for New Zealand. Mm-hmm. But them 2.5 is not going to work. They're going to be the sexy boy flair players. Yeah. There's not going to be see the ship. Let's just kick it in the corner. There's none of that.
You don't think Brimson could be a Jerome Hughes?
Nowhere near it. No.
Go from 1 to 7.
Nowhere near it. No.
Make the transition.
Nowhere near it. I can't see it whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll work.
I'm not trying to take a shit against Brimson.
I don't hate it though. Like if you wanna make this year be that, because I think Foran will try this this year.
I think he retires as well, but you don't get Brimson in the half as well. I reckon I would trade him for something. Trade him, man. He's not a halfback. He can maybe play as a 6, but I can't see Campbell as a 7 either, mate. You need a proper halfback.
I don't know how much game time Foran will get, but him, like, if he's going to be a utility but spends like 60 minutes on the field, I think it can work.
I don't think he's going to be that one. I reckon he'd be lucky to play half an hour now.
Maybe I don't know, maybe him floating as like a extra playmaker or like a...
Well, you know what, he does a bit of a lock role or hooker role for New Zealand, so that one of them two could be okay, but... And
then, because Titans have the talent to make the 8.
The 4-pack is amazing.
4-pack's top 3, top 4, 4-pack. I can't remember what we had in the Mort Lab. And then, like, just it's such a gun pack, and then you've got a spine with gun players. It's just, I don't know if it'll work without an organizer.
100%. Like, if they had, I know it's easy to say, if they had Ben Hunt or Aaron Rollins as their 7, I reckon they'll go very close to winning the whole thing.
Yeah, they'd be pushing for top 4. And then their backline's good enough. Like, it's Campero's great. Brian Kelly's underrated. Semi's pretty good, and
JJ Fifita's going there.
Pretty good as well. Like, they definitely, Titans have the squad to make the 8. It's just whether or not they can, like,
put it together.
This halves is actually very important.
They need to get right.
More important than most clubs of getting this right. Yeah. Of like, if they do figure this out, and if it does work with Foran being maybe
a gun, I can't see it though.
They're going to be pushing for 8, potentially even deeper, potentially higher. So it'll be very interesting Titans this year. Do you think they make the 8 with now this new halves?
I think he'll scrap it after the opening month, I reckon.
Potentially, yeah.
That's what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
Opening month, bye-bye.
Last thing before we get into the back 5 Mort Lab. Been a while since the last one, but Gutho and Cook have been announced as Dragons co-captains. I think it makes sense.
They're definitely the most experienced. I'm usually not too big on the brand new player immediately being made captain, but there's no big old experienced heads there right now. Who would honestly be the Dragons captain? DeBellin. He was been there, done that, and look what happened after then. Then maybe what Tom Eisenhuth. I love him, but no, he's not.
Cook and Gutho, they've just been around for a while.
They know what it takes to win.
They were leaders at their own clubs.
I think Cook was maybe a captain in 1 or 2 games for South,
and Gutho was just
the captain.
Even if they just had Gutho as captain, it would have made sense. Cook as co-captains, it's fine as well. Like, they're both great leaders, so they're both.
It makes sense. So they're both experiences, and they're both the most probably winningest players walking into the club.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the Mort Lab now.
But mate, what else?
For the backs.
Yeah, apparently there's a quote about Wayne Bennett going around right now, like, but the best 13, not always the best 13 wins, but the best 13 does. It was something weird like that. Did you see that popping off in Instagram?
No, I did see Joel Kane say that the coaches should be a part of the salary cap.
No way, that's that's ridiculous. No way.
But like, it's just an idea that they'll never do. But
they're playing the playing group.
It's like, you would say that with Wayne as your coach. He's probably worth
what? No other sport has said it.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't think it was a terrible idea,
it's
but
awful.
I didn't think it was as bad of an idea as people were making it out to be. But like, ridiculous. I don't think it makes sense. Like, when you've got, because his argument was that you've got like all these players that are on the same thing, but then you've got someone like Bellamy and Bennett. They're worth a lot more than someone like a Benji, for example, who never coached before, who's just come up. Like, you've got the playing group that's on this salary cap, but it's still the same teams all the way at the top every year because of things. But yeah,
why should there be a salary cap pressure on a coach? They try and get, how is a shit team gonna get better without getting a gun coach? Like, I think surely this will improve the time. There's a better coach than Neil Henry.
Yeah, and also there is like a coaching department salary cap. Like they do have that.
They got the allocation, like, you can't have like an assistant like of Craig Bellamy being like a Trent Robertson and a Madge.
Yeah.
You know, they usually get their first gig being an assistant, but like then they be a head coach somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
so that I saw that. I didn't see what your quote was about Bennett.
it was crazy. I don't remember any. It was weird, but he's Uncle Wayne, so he's allowed to do it.
5 minutes, jeez. So we'll quickly go through the back line. Your backline rankings are not very great.
Hey, you did the maths.
Yeah, but you've got Cowboys as the worst backline.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with that. You got the only good one there is Drinkwater and
they've now lost Val Holmes, so that brings them down.
And Carfell.
And Carfell, yeah. Then you've got Tigers in second last. Our backline is not that bad.
It is awful.
We've got Buller.
So
He's good, great. He's amazing.
there's many great fullbacks.
Keeping by aside, he is on the lower end of fullbacks. But then you've got Taruva, who you had 20th.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Meanwhile, when we get to it, you had Xavier Savage at 9th and Taruva 20th. I'm sorry, nothing against Savage, but Taruva is better than Savage. He is not 11 spots below Xavier Savage. You are ripping.
Taruva is a system player. He's going to be exposed this year in the target system compared to the PNF system.
You're like this is why I don't agree with these Mort Lab rankings. But Savage is not 11 spots higher than Sunya Taruva.
Yes, he is.
Taruva, the Dally M Rookie of the Year from 2023.
And which you shouldn't have won it though either.
I know, Buller should have, but Taruva was actually probably second or third behind Jacob Preston. And then you've got Cowboys were on 23.8, an average of 23.8. This is including fullbacks, by the way, so fullbacks, wings, and centers. Tigers were 22.6. Then a huge gap. Dragons 19.4. Then the Warriors 19.2. Then equal 12th, Roosters and Raiders on 19. Those six are the bottom six by quite a bit. There's a big gap between Roosters and Raiders and 11th.
Yep.
But Raiders on 19.
They're a bit sad. Like they got Weeks, Hapawade, Sebastian Chris, Timoko, and Savage.
And you're telling me that that's a better backline than the Tigers by 3.6 points.
Yeah.
You are tripping. Our centers, Adam, Dewey, and Olam.
Overrated.
They're good enough.
They're overrated.
They are not the second worst pairing.
Definitely overrated.
No. And then the other winger we have, it could be Staines, it could be Skelton.
You don't know who the other winger is. And I didn't even put that winger last either.
You put Skelton 32nd, which I'm fine with, right?
Sure.
But Taruva 20th is criminal.
He's a system player.
Taruva is like at least 15. And Xavier Savage is not 9th. Like,
he's a gun.
Xavier Savage is not a top 10 winger.
And
then, so Buller, Taruva, Dewey, Olam,
mate, share the love with other teams.
I know that. Buller, Taruva, Dewey, Olam, and Skelton is a better backline than I don't even know the Raiders backline. Is it K Weeks a fullback?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, Weeks fullback. Then you'll have bloody Albert Hapawade as one winger. Then the centers you have Timoko and probably Sebastian Chris.
And then Xavier Savage was wing. I'm sorry, Tigers have a better backline than Raiders. Anyway, in 11th you've got Titans on 16.8. In 9th you have Knights and Eels both on 15.6.
They're both very iffy to me, those backlines, but so I don't really rate them either.
So Mort Lab is off again.
I'd say that like it.
Then you've got in 7th the Storm and Doggies on 14.2.
I'm surprised to have the Storm that low, but just the maths don't lie there, man. There's Glorcoy in NRL, so that's why I think it feels like that.
And then in 6th you have Manly on 13.8. I would be going through them, but we're kind of in a rush, so I'm trying to speed them. Then the top 5 you've got, again, I've just remembered who you've got number 1. In equal 4th you've got Panthers and Dolphins on 11.8. Sharks in 3rd on 11.2.
Very solid. There's no weak wings there though, man.
Yeah. Broncos in second on 10.6.
Yeah.
And then in first, you have the South on 10 points.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
How?
Oh, by the way, including fullbacks, when it is not a great list, you've got Latrell in third.
Yeah, he's the third.
3 spots above Teddy. 6 spots.
Teddy's got 4 off.
6 spots above Ponga. And you've got Nico Hines in 7th. This fullbacks, it's one of your worst ones.
He should be playing fullback. He's not. I know Fitzgibbon's not going to pick him there, but he should be a fullback.
3 spots. You've got Teddy 6th. Sure, he might fall off a bit. Ponga 9th.
Sorry.
And then the Troll 3rd. Could be a little bit biased.
Uncle Wayne.
Your wingers of Munro in 19th. And
AJ.
AJ, who was AJ?
He's in my butt. He's great. He's
AJ in 17th. See, I'm sorry, Taruva's above Munro.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Munro's got more talent than Blade Taruva. I'm telling you that now.
Taruva has the runs on the board of being better.
No, he's been protected in the Panther system. That's the only thing that's been helping him.
This is crazy. And then centers, you've got Campbell Graham 4th and
Jackie Boyd probably 7th, I reckon.
Whiten 7th. I think Whiten might be a bit too high.
Oh, maybe a little bit. I don't think it's that bad. I don't. Maybe it's bordering on being high, but I think that's right.
Like you've got Bradman Best 11th.
Well, Whiten
Best
is an
above
international. When he retired, he was an international centre. So
Yeah, but that was a little while ago.
He's still
I think Rabbitohs are not first. They have a great backline, but not first. And Tigers are not 16th. And I might be the ones. I don't know who's being biased here, if it's me or him or both. But Tigers are not that low, and Rabbitohs are not that high.
You know what? I reckon. You know what? I reckon if you had last year's backline, I reckon you guys would have been definitely last. To be honest, you had Staines instead of Taruva, so you're lucky you're not last. So
and yeah, like Tigers, we've improved our backline, but we're not second last by. Like Savage and Taruva. I'm sorry. Comment below who you think. We're gonna do that on our next. Who do you think is better, Xavier Savage or Senior Taruva? And I win that one, right? Surely.
I reckon because he's a bigger name. That's why. That's what.
I just think you're tripping.
I reckon he's just that much of a protected species in that Panther system. He's gonna get found out a bit this year. I think he's lucky to be in 20th. To be honest, there's not many good wingers going around. So
Xavier Savage is lucky to be top 20 himself. Like Savage is fine. So Savage is not a bad player, but he is not a top 10 winger in the comp. Tripping. Okay, so that's it for this video. It was very, very short. Comment below what you think of Tohu Harris and his career, what you think of the Leo Thompson signing, all that stuff. What you think of this Mort Lab series, if the Mort Lab is completely off or the math is mathin'.
We've got a couple more left.
We're gonna do a bench Mort Lab coming soon, and then we'll probably do a full team Mort Lab.
Yep.
But comment below what you think of the Mort Lab series so far, because I think his math is off his list.
Wait. Where's your lab? Where's your lab coat?
Can't be bothered.
Exactly.
That's it for this episode. See you more.
See you more.